Hello. Welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I will be your host today. Don't know how good of a host I'll be, but I will be your host nonetheless. Taking the Christmas tree down today, and we are moving a refrigerator out of our shop into the house so that we can empty the contents of our kitchen refrigerator and defrost out the ice maker because it's so full you can't open the drawer. Thank you, Henny. How you guys doing? Thank you. Even if there isn't a whole lot to like today, I apologize if there is not. Whew. I should have had a video queued up, but Sunday's cult day sometimes, not always, but anyway, I don't know who's going to pop in, if anybody. Hi, Lene. Oh, hello. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to do that. Well, you guys, I got nothing.
You did your tree.
Hmm?
You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you done first time.
Yeah, I have been I took the decorations off the Christmas tree and it's ready to be broken down, but I'm just saying emotionally, I got nothing. I'm a big fat zilch nada. We're together and that's good. Oh, hello. I know what that's like. I taped the freezer. How do you tape the freezer? We're together and that's good. Yeah. Has been a pretty good day. Been inside my head, which can be scary. Yeah. Yeah. It can be the worst place to be. It can be an all right place to be. But our minds are tricky and they're little tricksters in our lives. That's for sure. And Steve, why don't you sit down and have a meeting with me?
I got stuff to do.
A&T. Yeah, how about yes. A&T. I forget what the acronym stands for, but I know it's ants, it's thoughts that come and try to drag us down. Let's talk about forgiveness. I'm really am not forgiving, but more trying to radically accept. You know what, Henny? I'm in the throes of negotiating that because it's not doing me any good to burn with anger toward people that have long since gone from my life. I don't ever have to see any of them again. And if I do run into them out and about or whatever, it's not the end of the world. They can't rope me back in to what what they had me in before. They can't rope me back into being mistreated. But I have allowed them to take up a lot of space, and I think I've wasted a lot of time there. Automatic negative thoughts. Yeah. Okay. Ants. And man. So yeah, I'm really actively seeking, how do you do this? I can't fake it. I cannot fake forgiving somebody that has just so crumpled me. I allowed it. Some of the stuff I didn't have any control over. There's not much control a little kid has, or a sheltered girl right out of high school, or somebody just trying to hold on and survive in San Diego, trying to stay sober, you know. But yeah. Man, they take too much space. They do. And it does no good. I mean, all the things that you could think to give them the what for, they don't care. They don't care. Forgiveness is a great topic. Maybe some of it is forgiving oneself. I think so. You know, I think so. I had a lot more control over, the abuses that I let myself in for as an adult than as, a kid in a household. Hello, Izzy E. Catching up on the first five on speedy mode. Karen is now gone to an elderly place. That's lovely. And I'm picking up the pieces of my life. Karel or Karen is now gone to your mom. Is that right, Henny? Picking up the pieces. Yeah. Yeah. My mom was my job and my complete everything, good, bad, or indifferent for the last 10 years of her life. I was her full-time caregiver. Hello, TK'd for life. Migraine here, but will listen low. Just wanted to give hugs and love to each and every one of you. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sharon. Yes, I allowed this trauma bonding to go on. Yeah, I did too, Henny. It's a tough day over here too. I'll take the hugs and the love. Yeah, I will too. Come to think of it. Sometimes I wonder if I actually need to forgive someone or if it is a perceived slight that I blew out of proportion. I've done that one. I've definitely done that one. That somebody does something that just hits me so wrong. And they've gone on about their business, not thinking a thing in the world about it. And I'm sitting there stewing over it. Hello, Misha. We're talking about forgiveness. Hey, y'all, sending love to everyone. Sending love right back at you, honey. Yeah. So anyway, y'all gonna make me do a meeting by myself feeling like this? I know it's not your job to come in and make it a meeting, but I'm not a talking head. I've never wanted to be. Debbie Doodles, the way I've somewhat let go of anger about my mom is thinking about her childhood and how bad it was for her. Yeah. Yeah, it is a hard one, Misha. This is fine. I gave my mental health my life, and I will work on fixing me, not forgiving her. Yeah. Sometimes that's the best we've got. It's the best we can do. Hey, Tara Smiling. How are you doing? So I've been in the February slumps last few days, and I'm in that kind of contemplative mode. And while I'm here, I'm kind of spending energy trying to figure out how to go about this thing of forgiveness, because I don't want to carry these people around anymore that effed up my life. Albeit, as an adult, I allowed it. As a kid, not so much. And it's probably a good time and space to work on that when I'm in that kind of, I don't know what to call it. I can't stop the talking head syndrome. Shoot a link. Okay, I'll do it. Here we go. I do not lead meetings well. I would probably puke to be in front of everyone. Oh. She'll be fine. Always was. You know, it's interesting how that works out, isn't it? They're fine. Always was, and I'm trying to relearn how to love me. Reparent, you know, I did a lot of that reparenting myself. You know, my dad kind of emotionally abandoned me at the age of right around 6, and it was pretty devastating, and yet I had to still be in the same house with him. A lot of change going on, Tara says. I can relate focusing on forgiveness and letting go of dead weight. It's hard, but for the best, in my opinion. It is. It is for the best. It's a worthwhile endeavor. You know, I don't know that I've succeeded at any part of it. Maybe a part of me has, just by the very virtue of just saying, you know what? I'm going to just let all y'all go. And all that y'all did, that just let y'all take that with you. It's helpful for me to pray for them for 10 days. It's from AA, but it helps a bit. Right on. You know, talking about those things that happen when somebody slights us or, you know, insults us in passing, and it just hits us so wrong and messes us up for, you know, however many days it does. And sometimes if I couldn't get past it, I'd buy them a gift or something, you know, and sometimes, a lot of times that would help. Hey, Misha.
Hi, doll.
Oh, hello.
How's my sound? Is it better?
Let me get my earbuds on. Hey, I think I can hear you now.
Yay. Am I better than I
Hey.
have been?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I coming?
Actually,
Woo, woo, woo. Yay. Thank goodness. That's been a time trying to get everything set up. That's good to know.
don't let the door hit you in your way out.
I have dealt with forgiveness.
Yeah. I
That's
know
right,
you have. Yeah.
Yeah. Since literally the day I was born, I've dealt with forgiveness and didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And it's caused a problem with me needing to forgive myself for excusing myself for everything for breathing the air beside me, beside somebody else. I've had to apologize and feel like, you know, I was just here for somebody else's purpose.
Right.
And in doing that, I've developed an enemy of my biological mom for no reason other than just the things that I didn't know how to feel.
Right.
For anybody that is listening is probably thinking, what is she talking about? I was adopted. And there was no explaining the story behind my. It was just here to be our little girl and wear your pretty little dresses and be seen and not heard. Anything that you have to say, think, or feel, don't, because you don't have that right. You are to be grateful for coming into our house because we picked you up. We chose you from whatever horrid lifestyle you were going to have.
Yeah.
Anytime I would ask questions, anytime I would try to figure something out, not even to be mean, just people pay money to learn about their culture. People pay money for like 23andMe to find out who they are, to find out where and they would get mad. It was like I was trying to, and it wasn't that at all. It was just, I wanted to know who I was becoming, who I came from. And because of that narrative, because they were scared that I was going to leave them forever, leaving me through, you know, death. And I was stuck by myself, still not having any background or anything to hold on to. And I had such a hatred for my bio mom for doing that and just dropping me. And I think that I've forgiven her a lot. I think that. But when it comes down to it, that has affected me so much in every aspect.
Do you know if she's alive or anything? Do you know anything about her?
I check on her. I'm a stalker.
Okay. Okay.
After I had Christina. Awesome. I do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I found out that her name, and I found out that she had a daughter. And believe it or not, her name it's Janet Ray, R-A apostrophe E. Christina's
Okay.
name is Christina Ray, R-A apostrophe E. I found that
Did
out
you
after I had Christina and named her that.
and named her that? Wow. You know, there are so many parallels
Yes.
that
Oh, it's
happen
known.
in adoption like that.
Oh, it's
That's
known.
not,
Yeah.
that's, there are, I mean, just unreal things that,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
get this,
just
even
couldn't,
further.
just are
Her other
beyond being able to
daughter
happen.
that she had. Yeah, it's uncanny. There's no way that these things can happen. Her daughter, my sister, I would guess, it's weird saying that. Her name is Christina. So I
Wow.
named Christina Ray. Christina Ray found out this information. That is,
Wow.
there's something to that, you know?
Sure. Sure.
I check on her on Facebook, check on her on, you know, angry because I thought I had forgiven, but it's such a multi-layered thing for us. So many layers.
It is, isn't it? It is.
I would write
There
every
are.
year. Yeah, big. You just think you've got that onion peeled, and boy, there's more layers to it. On my birthday, I would
Yeah.
write letters to her because I would like to think that if she's anything like me, she's got to have a heart. You know, there's no way that you can be who I am, who I've become, and who my children are without having
Yeah.
massive amounts of heart. And so for me to be angry at her for that, she had to have had something go on. And so I battle with, but then like, you know, when everything happened with her, I wrote her and I reached out to the family, and it's just, and so then I get back into the, I'm so angry at you for leaving me, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, forgiveness it's to it, dear.
Yes, there is.
And I
Carol
think the
and
biggest thing
Ned,
is we have to be able to forgive her
we
and
do.
look at why it is that
And
we
that may be the
feel
hardest
the
one of
way
all.
that we
You know, Carol and Ned,
it might
and
be why most of us
I've
can't do
been
it.
looking back to see who Ned is. Yeah. I've been looking back to see who Ned is. I
I'm
don't
Ned.
see a
Nice to
Ned
meet you.
instead. You're Ned? You're Ned.
It's me,
Ned, I
awake
get
Ned.
it. I get it.
Awake Ned.
Okay. That's true.
I will
It
gladly be
is.
introduced by that.
So, what are the steps you take to forgive people who have harmed you when you didn't deserve it? Well, that's what I'm in the process of having to find out because, you know, it's clear it's become clear to me that I never really have. You know, I just ignored it for as long as I could until I couldn't, and now I'm having to deal with it. How about you, Ned?
You know what they say about that though? All this stuff
Hmm.
where, you know, the Scarlett O'Hara syndrome, I'll deal with that later. I don't want to think about it to deal with it later. That's been like my MO for most of my
Yeah.
life. And I used to teach my kids, ironic, you take a Coca-Cola bottle and you shake it up. And then you take the top off of it. And what happens? Giant mess. You can never get it all cleaned up. Open it up and you slowly release it. Then you can eventually open up that Coke and drink it. Never happened.
Right.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel special.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's, I think,
So
part of it. And
kind of
part of
where
it
I've
too, back.
part of it
Go
too.
ahead,
What?
Carol. There's a delay on my end. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Kind of the first step that I've taken is, okay, all of y'all are pieces of shit, but I'm just going to let it go. And all that you did, I'm letting that go with you. It's going to go with you. You know, I wonder if the very act of just
Right.
saying it out loud, you know, is the beginning of the process, you know, because I don't know. But
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
I've done that, I'm not carrying as heavy. I'm not carrying it as heavily as I was carrying it before. I am hard,
Yeah.
and I don't find it a necessity to forgive until the time I'm
Acknowledging
well,
it is a big
which may
thing.
never
Just
be.
that, looking at possibly, and I know a lot of people mad at me on this one, but just what could have happened, what could have caused, and the extenuating circumstances that we to. What caused them to be that way, and is it something our energy on about? Because they're not going to, on that final
Right.
day when we go in that clinic, they're not going to be there. They're probably not even going to be at the funeral, but they
Right.
are going to be in our minds and taking up so much of our life and our energy because we gave it to them.
I like both of these. TK'd for Life says, talking about the harm helps me. As I go through it, I often discover things that assist me in understanding the situation and my place in it. And I also love this. Henny says, put them and their behaviors in a bubble and let it go up, up, away. Yeah. Well, I wanted to highlight this.
I
Yes,
love that.
talking
Hey,
about what happened with people I
that's what we did
trust
at
and
Christina's.
who I know. Oh, right on.
We did. We took our memories and we were blowing them up to heaven in bubbles.
Here, Henny, I'm not sure if Debbie Doodles says I will ever forgive either. I look for ways to decrease the anger so I'm able to feel some happiness sometimes. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing for me. I used to be able to experience a lot more joy than I've been able to in the last 6 years, 5, 6 years. And I miss it. I do.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Right now, no one is on my shit list, thank God. Lene. Hi, Zelda.
Hi, Gus. I wish I could say
Hi,
that.
all. Yes, yes. Hi, all. I don't think you have to forgive, but you have to let go of anger for your health. Yeah, and that's what I'm currently negotiating, Zelda.
Yeah.
Those bubbles can fly all the way up, as far as I'm concerned, to infinity and beyond. Yeah.
Infinity
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
beyond. For real.
I guess part of the process is just finally just getting sick and tired of
there was something I could do to
carrying
delay
that
because
stuff
it's causing,
around.
I think, some issues.
Huh. Well, shoot. Hey, Kimmy's Playhouse. The topic for today, Kimmy, is forgiveness. We're all trying to figure it out. I haven't gotten, I was just wondering if that's part of the process, is just finally getting to the place where I'm just sick of carrying this around with me. It has
Yeah.
occupied enough of my space, the space that is me, that I have to figure out how to let it go. And that's just it. I have to figure it out.
Yeah. That's done something that's truly just, and it's made you constantly think back on it and constantly keep yourself from, because of what they have done. Those people aren't going to care enough that they are you're still giving them leeway to your life, winning, because you are not doing what you want to do. Instead
That's
of keeping
right.
a shelf, and you're like a mental shelf in our mind, and have those people, have everybody there, and dust them off every now and then to see who they are and to see if you still feel the same way, because our beliefs are different every single day they grow. And if you decide who they are and what you feel towards them, and you put them on a shelf, you can decide whether that shelf can be in the back basement of your mind or whether or not you want to keep them up front. We have that decision. That is our right in our life to be able to decide who is going to be in our top shelf or not.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm tired of
Right now,
letting
I've forgiven everyone.
the evil win.
Right, right, right. And if it's still festering in me, then it's winning in some form or fashion. Right now, I've
Yeah.
forgiven everyone, but I don't meet or connect with new people. I don't get hurt that way. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And Kimmy
That
says,
picture's up
"Oh,
there right now.
okay,
That
for
is
me,
so the truth of everything that we're talking about right now. But Lene, baby,
it is, isn't it? Yeah. For me, it depends on the
yeah,
situation as to whether I feel I need to get to a place of forgiveness. Sometimes it just is what it is. And I would even settle for that, just
yeah.
getting to the place where I can say, it is what it is. See ya.
Lene,
You
I want to
know?
kind of go back to that comment that you said though, because it's so hard and it's baby. It is so hard because that's what I've
That's
done.
true.
It's if I'm stuck in my house and
Yeah.
I see people, it's hurting
Contemplating
me
the
so much
necessity to
worse.
forgive those
You know?
who've hurt us, because in my case, it's detrimentally. So, yeah, because it does. It feels like you're giving them a pass.
Yeah,
And that's the mental block that I've had.
yeah.
I'm not about giving them a pass. I did that for years. And a switch was flipped when my brother came into my own home and beat me up at 10:30 in the morning, just barely getting the day started,
Yeah.
still in my nightgown over something that was not even real,
Mm.
you know. And a switch flipped that
I
day.
think that I think, Carol, that a lot of it might be just standing up for ourselves by forgiving, by
Yeah.
taking that off of us, and by letting them go on and live their lives. But in not forgiving, we're also standing up for ourselves. So if we can find a way to kind of make the change in our minds that, hey, I forgive you, but why should I
Yeah.
forgive you for doing what you did to me? We've got to be able to stand up for ourselves and
That's
say that
right.
wasn't right. We
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
find a new word in English
Maybe
for
so.
something like this,
Yeah. No, see, that's not good. We need to heal ourselves to a point of trusting others. It's very hard, but healing does take time. Hello, Zena Turner. Good to see ya. For most of my abusers, Decayed for Life says, or would-be abusers, I've forgiven / let go because I came to the conclusion they're idiots. It's not a pass, but it allows me to move on and have them not occupy any more space in my life that they don't deserve. They don't deserve it.
just try
They
to
don't.
pass this on to somebody up because I'm having too many issues and I don't want to cause a problem for the meeting. So I think I'm just going to go back to the chat.
Well, oh, because of the delays?
Yeah, it keeps
Because of the delay,
delaying
Misha?
real bad. And so I think it would be better if
Oh,
I were in chat. Yeah.
okay.
I know.
Well,
I'm
okay.
going to get
Well,
this all figured out, y'all.
it's
I'm going to
okay.
do it because I
Well,
just,
I'll miss you. Hadn't
I'll
got to
still be in
talk to you in
chat.
a while. Okay. I
I
think some
know.
people aren't.
I'll figure
Tara
it out.
Smiling.
I'm still here in chat.
Okay. Love you too. Okay. If you figure it out, come on back in. Tara Smiling. I think some people aren't to be trusted. Their previous behavior is what determines that for me. Yeah. Lene says, wow, Carol, sometimes it takes years and years to forgive someone. It does. It does. It has. And it's exhausting. Zena Turner, I can forgive people, but it doesn't always mean I want them to continue being in my life when I lose trust. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Cosmic Christie, I'm looking forward to it. Ooh. Okay, Henny, what you do is there's when you click on the link, there's a screen that'll show, yay. Hey, Cosmic. Henny wants to know how to come on without, so underneath the picture, there's a camera icon. And if it's white
And a microphone.
Yeah. Well, you'll want the microphone on because that's what enables you to be able to interact speech-wise. But if you click on the camera icon until it's gone dark instead of being white, then you will not be on camera. But if the microphone's white, we'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, it'd be like this. Hi,
Yeah.
there you go.
Just like, yeah. And there's a camera icon right underneath the picture, Henny. I will. Oh, icing my head. Ouch. Oh, I hate headaches. Once trust is gone, I never trust that person again. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of times when there's no getting it back. And you know, most of the time, once the person has lost that trust, they're not doing anything to earn it back. So why should I let them be in my life? No reason.
Also, do you have to forgive everyone?
I don't
Can
know.
you just like, I don't feel like there's some things I feel like are unforgivable. And I'm not holding any hatred or, I'm talking about my father. I'm not holding any hatred or anything like that towards him. I have nothing. There's no feeling, no emotion, no nothing. Most days I don't even think about him. So, and I feel like that's what he deserves. He's dead to me, and he doesn't deserve forgiveness because what he's done is unforgivable. It's not even most of it's not even my stuff to
That's
forgive.
right.
But I'm here because of him. So, you know, there is a large, so, you know, but I'm not going to forgive him ever. You know, he'd be lucky if I don't dance on his grave. He better not have a grave, otherwise I'm going to do that. I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but he's a really terrible person.
Right on.
So,
yeah. I get it. I get it. I do.
Yeah.
Trust is everything.
The thing is, like,
go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, no, the thing is, like, you just kind of, if you can't forgive them, you have to kind of move it aside, I guess. You can't sit there and stew on the hatred.
Hi, Henny.
Hello. Hot Carol. How are you?
Good.
Cosmic.
How are you?
Oh my goodness, I'm good. You know, you guys, Cosmic, you're terrific. You can teach really, really anyone.
Yeah,
if you could tell me how to do this, it's unbelievable.
So how you going, Henny?
Okay. How are you doing? I'm so glad that I can actually speak with you guys this way.
I love it. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is Carol. This is such a great place to talk about our stuff and our problems, and I can't thank you enough. It's really, really beneficial, and I thank you, honey. Really.
Thank you for being here. I mean, you guys are what make this place what it is. Truly, I mean, really and truly, what I wanted this to be was all of us together kind of thing, not just me getting up and talking, because that ain't my thing. It just didn't, you know.
I don't know what I'd do if I would ever just because if I just sat to a camera, I'd be like.
I think that Carol doesn't give herself enough credit. You are so totally ready for that. And that's why you have this, dear.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And you're very good at keeping things on task, whereas I'm not. I'm like, my ADHD mind. I just want to go off and look at squirrels.
Well, I have had some practice through the years herding things like chickens. You can't really herding chickens is a lot like trying to herd cats.
Wow.
Not to say that's, but you know, and sometimes it's good to let it get off topic, and that's the trick is kind of wading those waters and saying, okay, is this a good in the weeds, or do we need to kind of rein her back in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll just talk about anything forever. So, but I'm a bit sick at the moment, so I don't know how long I can stay on. I've got that thing that I had before Christmas again, where I can't eat.
Okay. And it's not
And
COVID?
all that sort of stuff. It's not COVID. Like I tested. I've actually got these new COVID testing kits that are for like COVID, the flu, and both like A and B flu. Excuse
Okay.
me. It's just I think it's just run down in anxiety and stress and all that sort of stuff. And as soon as that happens, my body's like, nah, no food for you. So, but yeah, I'm trying. I can still have coffee and I can manage to keep soup down for a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I think it's because my best friend's away, my carer, and then when
Yeah.
she's away, it's just, I don't know, everything's different.
A little bit of
So-
anxiety, maybe?
Maybe. And I also just can't go to her house and raid her fridge because I seem to eat better at her house. Well, I can. I've got keys. I've got keys to her house. It doesn't feel right. She's not there. So,
Right,
yeah.
right.
but no, I'm all right, really. It's just, I don't know, beginning of the year doldrums, I guess. Is that a thing?
It must be because I'm feeling it. I really am feeling it right now. Wow.
Yeah.
Seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got so it's
Well-
summer here, but it's just like I don't know. It just feels strange. Everything, like I said it in the Discord. Like, does anyone ever seen The Langoliers? It's a Stephen King movie.
Mm-mm.
What's the name of it? Cosmic?
The Langoliers.
Oh, yes.
It's like
Mm-mm.
yeah, it's where these little things come and they eat. Like after time is gone, there's something that come in. These little things that come and eat away at time. So there is a time after time. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a purgatory type thing where it's like the world exists, but there's nothing in it. There's no people. It's just these little punchy things coming up from the world.
Right.
But I feel like I'm in that time after time or a time before time. Like time is not real, if that makes sense. Like nothing feels real. Yes.
Yes.
So
I think we all.
it feels, off balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does feel off balance. I was saying that I felt very discontent yesterday. You know,
Yeah.
I was feeling that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
I
just
find-
feeling really down, just down, you know?
Flat. Is that
Mhm.
what you call it? Cosmic flat.
Yeah.
Flat. Yes. Flat.
Yeah. Exactly. I think we're all feeling that now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. Like, because nothing in my life has changed for it to be this way. It's just meh.
Well, I
should be
mean,
good.
I mean, you've got at least a month and 2 months.
12
Have
days.
you- A
No,
month
it's
and
just a month and 12 days. Yeah.
12
So I don't know
days.
what that is.
That's a
Sober
big-
Squad, I mean,
That's
that's
a big
new,
change.
and that's big.
Yeah, that is big, Cosmic.
It is.
That's a big change.
Shoot.
I'm so proud of you.
I am too.
Thank you.
I'd like
am
to give you
too.
a hug.
Yes, I would
Thanks.
too.
Yeah. Well, you know, it takes a community, or what do you call it?
Takes a
What do they
Takes a
call
village.
that thing?
village.
Yeah.
Takes a village, yeah. So, you know, I appreciate everyone here. So, has anyone heard from Christy?
She is her movers,
Did she sell
the
her
car
stuff?
movers were coming today, and they were going to be there at 3:45. So she's going to try to pop
yeah.
in if she can, and I'm
Yeah, I did
assuming
see.
that it's 3:45 Eastern time. I assume she's in Eastern time. You know, how do I not know that? Is Kentucky Eastern time?
Don't ask me. I have a hard time figuring out my left from my right, Carol.
Time doesn't even exist for me at the moment.
I am totally not there. I have no idea. I have to ask people, you know, what is a good time? Is there a time differential? I have no idea. I mean, what it would be, you know?
I really
I
like
think
what.
it says Eastern
ahead.
Standard Time
Right.
Okay, then yeah.
or Central Standing Time.
So yeah,
How big's
so that was
Kentucky?
about a little less than an hour before the meeting was set to start, and they're moving cars, and that's going to take some time.
Oh yeah.
So
Is Kentucky really big?
no, it's
It's
not a
not
big
big
state at
time, though.
all.
Oh, okay.
Isn't she moving out of Kentucky? Was she
is.
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's there right now, and she's I guess it's down to 6 days now. She's going to be out of there.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure it's
safe.
bittersweet.
Oh,
They
I'm
were,
sure.
they
Why?
put
Oh,
so
why?
much into that house, and it shows. I mean, it's just like that house just says love,
Yeah.
and it was falling in. It had been sitting empty for 10 years, and it was falling in. It was and they've done so much to it, and to have to walk away, that's after all that, that's got to be hard.
Yeah.
But in the end, she gets to travel with Michael, so it's probably better.
Yeah, it'll be better for
So
their marriage. I mean, I don't know how you can that would be beyond hard
I
and
could
a
live
lot
that
to
way.
ask of. Yeah.
That would be
I'd be
my
like,
ideal.
bye.
Yes, Cosmic. That would be my ideal marriage. Bye. Now that would work for me.
Okay.
I'm just,
Oh, I can barely tolerate the people I have in my house, let alone someone I have to have around constantly because apparently we're in a relationship or some shit.
Well, it really does help if you like them, and it's
yes.
Well, I
a
like
big,
my
big
kids.
help.
Yeah. Now I'm on the verge of running. Actually, yes, fibromyalgia. I think that's what my physio says I've got.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Oh.
that's great. I have to get. I don't know if there's any tests for it, but I have to sort it out. But I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, my son. Because oh God, I would. No, I'm not going to show you his room. I won't do that on the internet. But it is so disgusting, and I'm just like, he's going to be 24, in March next month, and I'm still telling him to clean his room and waking him up for work and.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
So I just,
that's mom things. That's mom things.
I know.
He's still,
But
who was he? He's 24.
He's 24. But I was just like, because this house is my sister's house. I rent off my sister, so everything that happens to it, I'm responsible for. So Christy renting through family, how difficult it is having that extra responsibility. It's so much extra responsibility renting from a family member because every bit of damage you think, oh, they're gonna be so mad about that. He doesn't give it. No one else cares. I'm the one who's responsible for everything. And we've got a rental inspection coming up fairly soon. It should be this month, maybe early next month. And I'm walking around the house going, I didn't do any of this, but I have to fix it. So, mushrooms on the carpet. Yeah, see, he's not like that because no food in the rooms. But he's got it's like he's stacking up, it's like he's got castles of cans.
Oh. Oh
Yeah.
man. Do y'all have recycling there?
Yeah, but nothing gets recycled anyway. It all ends up in the same place. Yeah, anyway. But
Really? Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I know. I just want to wheel the bin in and put it by his door and be like, everything in. Yeah. This is I shouldn't be dealing with this. I should be out having a life, and I'm still a mum.
You guys, I apologize for getting so behind on the chat.
I can't see the chat. I don't know how to see the chat from here.
So somebody was asking Henny if your accent is from the Bronx.
Yes, I
Okay.
was born in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, and from there I went to the Bronx. So
Okay.
I'm a total New Yorker.
Nice. I've only spent 10 hours in New York. It was a layover, waiting to catch a flight to England, which was to take us to Romania when I was on a mission trip when I was in that cult.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a good trip, and I adore the person who led the mission trip. Yeah, she's a pure, dear sweetheart. She really is.
It's so nice to finally hear everybody, you know. I love
Yes,
this YouTube for this reason that we're so
right.
connected.
It
No,
is
from
different.
yeah,
Yeah, it
from
is
so
different than
far
reading it.
away,
Mm-hmm.
all the different places, you know, from Georgia and Canada, and the Bronx. It's
Crazy,
amazing.
isn't
Yeah. What's EOY? End of year. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm reading the
Oh,
comments
okay.
too now because yeah, I've never been. I haven't been. I've only been to New Zealand. I've been to Australia, so I don't know if New York would be. Are there any parts of New York that's not city?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's New
yeah.
York State.
There's some suburbs and some rural areas, but there's a lot of cities. But there, you know, it's
You
like
Okay.
cut
you
you
have
cut
the
out that
boroughs.
last thing you said. That
Oh
last
yeah.
thing you said cut out a little bit, Henny.
Oh, okay. There are suburbs and rural places, but there are boroughs, and most of those are like little cities within the city, like Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Well, see, I've
it's
only ever heard
big.
of like Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queen. I guess I've heard of Queens, Flushing, Queens. Yeah, there's just so
Yep,
many.
yep.
So,
Flushing. Yep. Yeah, it's big, and
yeah.
there's a lot of
Oh, it's
people. So
yes.
that's the main thing, and trying to get away from crowds is very hard, especially if you're in the heart of New York, like 42nd Street, around there. You're 42nd Street. Um, you know, there are a lot of people, and it can get overwhelming. I find it overwhelming.
I'm just seeing what
Yeah.
the
I can't even begin to imagine. I mean, I was in San Diego for 16 years, but it's kind of a sprawling city.
Yes.
You don't really feel the crowdedness of it until you get to downtown.
Okay.
And even then, it's not that crowded feeling.
Yeah. No, here it can be overwhelmingly, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like too much, too much. It's like a rock concert every night. You
yeah. I'm
know?
just looking at it. It says uh, the estimated population of 8.3 million distributed over 300 square miles.
There you go.
Wow.
I would think that's a lot.
Oh yeah,
I would say so.
300
Yeah, I
square.
would. Yeah.
Wow. I'm just trying to think of. Wow, that's wow.
You're trying to find a nook, a quiet
Yeah, I'm
place.
just trying to
Yeah.
fathom. And yeah, no. It's
How
like,
do you do it? I mean, do you just get used to it after a while?
Well, you actually, yes, city life, you know, the noises is constant. There are, you know, there's constant movement. It actually makes my mania worse. So I try to go to like the botanical gardens. For
Oh, right on.
for some reason there are not a lot of people there. And it's quite good for me. I get to see the beauty of all of the different, you know, plants and nature and to be around that. So I spend a great deal of time over there.
Right on. That sounds nice.
It is. It's lovely.
Yeah. One with Cat's Shell wants you to know, Henny, that she is in Ronkonkoma, New York at the
Oh,
moment.
oh, okay.
I don't know how to, did I say that right?
Ronkonkoma. We
Ronkonkoma. That makes a lot more.
Ronkonkoma. I say it with my New York accent, so you have to bear with me. That's how I would say it, Ronkonkoma.
You know, I've not been to San
right.
Diego since 2009, Huck. So I believe it because it's gotten so much more crowded where I moved back to. It's unreal. I don't like it.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I don't like it either. I don't. I like,
Christy's here.
oh, hey, Christy.
I think she wants a link.
Yep.
There you go. And I'm just reading through the. I was like trying to keep up with the comments. have to go back so I can move forward. What's
But-
NPD?
Now, underneath, I have like people, and then I have a tag that has, it looks like the text message. If I push that, will I be able to read the chat?
Yeah, it's like a little saying something box with a, like
Yes.
cartoons. Yeah, if you click on that, you should be able to see the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good. Thank you. Hi, Christy. You look
Hey,
so
Christy.
good.
Hey, thank you. This is me with no makeup, no hair,
You look
same shirt
good.
from yesterday.
You look fine.
So,
You're
You're
moving.
good.
Penny, is that you talking?
Yes, it
It
is.
is me talking, Christy.
Do me a favor. Will you say that you need to make a cup of coffee and take the dog out and open the drawer?
Okay.
Say that.
Wait a minute. I need to take the dog out, have a cup of coffee, and open the door
The drawer.
or shut the door. I love you in
drawer.
French. Shut the door.
Yeah, I love it. One of my old business partner, her family was from the Bronx, and then she moved to Westchester County. And I used to love to listen to her talk because of her accent. When I heard you, I was like, I gotta ask her to say that. You made my day.
Aw, I'm hoping that your day is going well. I know that you have a lot to do, and are you on the road, or are you still there at home?
No,
Okay.
I'm not on the road. I am. Let me show you. So I'm at my kitchen table, but my whole house is empty.
Oh, I see. Hi, Awakened. Hi, Zena. Yes, I see.
Completely empty. The
Okay.
guys have to come back tomorrow and get a few more things. But the most important thing is on my birthday, those awful cars are going to be gone. and
Debbie
I'm
Doodles.
excited. So yes, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm super excited. With the way everything is looking, all I have to do now is just kind of like wash the walls down and touch up a little bit of paint in the bedroom and go through my makeup and my shoes, which is the hardest part of my life. And I'll be ready to go. So yeah.
When we were talking about it a little bit earlier, it's got to feel a little bittersweet, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. The thing that gets me the most was my office because Michael worked really hard to make that beautiful for me. And so I was at work one day and we got our taxes back. And I came home and he had finished the flooring and finished everything. And it was just this gorgeous space. And so that part of it is kind of sad. But to be back on the road, I love to travel. I love the journey. I love getting there. I love seeing new things. Michael's already got about 15 things planned for us to do when I get there. So, so it's exciting. It feels more like I'm getting back to myself, and who I was. Kind of like, Stevie Nicks says, back to the gypsy that I was. That's how I feel. So, yeah. And sorry if I echo really bad. There's nothing here to buffer anything. So no carpets on the floor.
It's actually not too bad.
Good, because it sounds like it's ringing in my ears. So, but yeah, I can't see the chat or anything. So anything anybody says or whatever, you'll have to read to me.
Earlier, we were talking about forgiveness and, and I do feel like I've made a little bit of progress not carrying, POSs around, just by saying, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let you go and take all the stuff that and please take all the stuff that you did to me with you.
Yeah.
It's your mess, not mine.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And did that feel a little light?
It did. It did feel a little lighter, and time will tell, time will tell whether I've actually shed them.
Yeah. Well, and forgiveness is
That's a good way to put it, Carol.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. But the balloon thing and really letting them go and working on yourself is so imperative.
It is.
Especially when when you've gone through things that have left you in a way that's not healthy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? And it takes a long time to recover from that. I mean, I'm a grandmother
Mhm.
and I'm still in therapy. I know I'll be in therapy my whole life.
Right on.
Mhm.
I know that the way I went through things was not a normal way. I normalized the abnormal.
Right.
And now I'm trying to reverse everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think people who live in like, especially like say if you're in a domestic violence relationship, it doesn't start off that way. So slowly it starts, and so we slowly start to we normalize their behavior because it starts so slowly, and that happens with a lot of
Yes.
things, you know.
Mhm.
So we do. A lot of us, especially me, I normalize the abnormal
Yeah.
through humor because nothing in my life has been regular,
Quote
normal,
unquote normal,
or
huh?
whatever normal is meant to be.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know.
Right.
So what is normal anyway? When you think about it.
And you know,
True.
Right.
one of the things I used to say, my dad never yelled, he never cussed, he never he was just a very, very kind man. And when I married my ex, he was so different from my dad. But what I used to say to normalize it was growing up with my dad didn't prepare me for normal men. No, growing up with my dad did in fact prepare me for normal men. What I was not prepared for was someone who treated me the way that my ex did.
Yeah.
And but that's how I normalized it, was just because that's what I was told. Well, you know, your dad's the exception. No man is really like that. And um, some of the people I was around kind of, you know, fit that mold a little bit, and I thought, well, it is me, you know. So I do think normalizing is it's a thing, and you know, forgiveness is tough and it takes time, and it doesn't just happen overnight, you
That's
know. And
true.
it's not, you know, even somebody who's able to really forgive didn't get there, you know, in 20 minutes, you know. I mean,
Right.
it took some time and soul searching and figuring out what, sorry guys, I'm not trying to make you dizzy here, trying to figure out what you believe around it and what that looks like for you, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I've
because
gotten
not
a lot
everybody,
of perspectives on it here that, and every one of them valid. Every one of you
yeah,
You know,
guys.
yeah, you know, I just wanted to say, Cosmic, you know, you brought up a very good point, and you usually do. You're so smart, dear. But you know, about how it slowly starts, and you know, that's a lot of gaslighting too. You know, and
Mhm.
making you believe things that aren't true until you do believe it.
yeah,
You
Right.
know, and that takes a long time to recover from.
It
A long
does.
time. It
It took a
does.
long time to get there, and it's going
mhm,
to take a long time to untangle.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Especially when you know when they make you feel crazy. So then you start acting
Right.
like, you know, it's called reactive. Like I said, it's reactive abuse. But like when people get you to the point where they know, you know, that
mhm,
you can't take it anymore, they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
mhm,
So
Yeah,
Which is
because then you look back.
unbelievable. Unreal.
Yeah.
Why
it
would you
really
change
is.
your breath that you were given and your life that way, doing that to people? I don't understand it. I won't
No, I
understand
don't
it
understand why
ever.
anyone would want to destroy someone like that,
Right.
you know?
Right. I don't understand that. And I'm sorry, I don't forgive that, you know. And
No.
I
Right.
also I asked a question of my therapist because I think I was thinking about it. And I asked if that kind of abuse, especially um, perpetrated on such a young person, a child,
mhm,
uh, could lead to mental illness. And she said yes.
yeah,
And I thought that was interesting as well.
oh yeah. Well, yeah,
You
because
know?
during the most developmental parts of your brain and your mind and your psyche, and the very first tier of Maslow's, you know, a higher pyramid of hierarchy, your needs, if that's how you're taught things are, and it's really messed up, I can see how that could affect you developmentally, you know?
Absolutely. Yes.
Well,
Sure.
they do say villains are born. No, villains are made, not born. So you got to wonder where the
Where it
making
comes
of
from.
that comes. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying, you know, and we don't all turn out to be villains, obviously, but I'm saying that's the extreme extent of mental illness from, you know,
Yeah.
whatever could happen. I don't know.
Sandra,
'Cause
how are you?
Yes,
Hey, Plant Freak. Aw,
oh, like that.
yeah,
Hey, plant.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Tara, I wanted to say
Present.
hi. Zena, I wanted to say hi because I can see you guys on the screen.
Been an interesting
Lovely
hour and a
lady.
bit, that's for sure.
Plants frozen.
I think I think you froze up on us. Sorry. So
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I was
Am I-
saying hello. I was saying hello to Tara.
yeah, you're back. Well, you-
Okay. Hi, Tara. Hi, Full of Hope. I can see you on the screen, so I wanted to say hello. And
So
everybody's
it's been
giving
an-
such good advice on how to cope.
yeah, yeah.
I think that's very important for all of us.
It is. It's. It feels like it's really, really big.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm.
And
Well,
I just wanted.
yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry, everybody else go. Oh, I just wanted to say in Full of Hope, I used to break stuff, and I still cut myself because I'm cleaner.
Oh.
So that was because I'd break stuff in anger, like really mad, just throw my stuff, only ever my stuff, nobody else's. So I'd throw my cups, my plates, generally anything I didn't want to wash anymore. Yeah. So,
It's dirty, break
and
it.
then, yeah, but it was just like but it feels so good to break something, you know. It just feels to smash something and know that nothing can fix it. Doesn't matter what anyone can do, no one can bring that back. And it was mine, and I don't want to bring it back. And if you try and don't even touch it, leave it alone. I'm cleaning it up, and then I'll be like, clean it up, and then I'll cut myself because that was my penance for reacting in a way that was probably not appropriate. So now, if I
But it's your
I think
stuff
that's how
in
I
your
feel.
house, so
Did
how
you
is it?
did you learn how to help yourself, like hitting the pillow and getting paper plates?
No, it's not the same. I need to smash. But what I haven't actually wanted to break anything. I haven't actually really wanted to break anything. I accidentally broke a cup or something the other week, and I was like, oh crap, everyone's gonna think I did it on purpose. But yeah,
Okay.
I haven't wanted to break anything. But if I do now, I'll just keep all my old glass jars, and chuck them in the bin. Clean up, done.
Oh, good.
So,
Good.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but I was just saying, like,
Did
Hi,
you
Plant.
get off okay, or how are you?
I'm okay. The last hour and a bit's been interesting because they told me 4 o'clock.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, she
She had to
must
go.
be on a call.
had a technical issue, or maybe a call came in or something. Dollar Tree is a great place to buy breakable stuff. I agree.
There you go.
Yeah, we have one called Silly Sollies here. I can just go buy some vases or something.
There we go. Let's try that. Is this any better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
we
better.
could see you and hear you.
Okay. I ran in and had an angry freak out with a worker, and then was like, I'm going downstairs, and if my meeting's still on, I'm going on.
Right on.
So my internet is still trying to figure itself out. I just put my data on instead.
Right.
Okay.
But somebody was supposed to be there at 4 o'clock. Apparently times got switched and I never got informed. So
Uh-oh.
could have spent an extra hour instead of waiting for an hour.
Mm.
Oh.
Did
So
you
I'm just
document that you did not get informed of the time switch?
I'm going to be. I just emailed the screenshot of my phone record, like my incoming and outgoing calls, because I made about 8 calls, 9 calls in that hour time frame just to figure out what was going on. And I found out 10 minutes before he got picked up that the time changed. So
Mm.
yeah, that was interesting, and trying to keep him level because he was starting to
Yeah.
get a little anxious, and me trying to not
Yeah.
show any anxiety,
That's
any
not,
anger.
oh, that's not good.
No.
So where was
So I said,
do you know where the miscommunication was?
no,
Disconnect? Okay.
no. Other than I wasn't informed, no. I don't know where it was. And I'm just going to make sure I document it. I'm going to email it as well tonight, so I don't have to try and remember it in the morning. And just say, this is what happened, you know. And I don't want to say it this way, but right now how I feel is, if he's the concern, you caused a concern.
Mhm.
That's right.
So
Well,
I just don't know how to word that yet. I'm gonna calm down before I figure that one out.
you know what I would say if it
Write
were
it
me,
angry and then rewrite it.
There you go.
or you know what I would say if it were me is I was not informed of the time change. It was an hour later. Here's a screenshot of my calls. And this caused an issue for my child. Like, keep yourself out of it. This caused an issue for my child because it caused him high anxiety. And I was trying to reach out, and it took however long to get back because they're going to want it to be about the child. I mean, well, you know, about Wee Man. Try
Yeah.
not to put yourself in it too much because you don't want it to seem like you're, you know, being one way. You know, that this is what it did to my son.
Yeah.
And that's going to be more impactful than you inconvenience me. You know, the
Yeah.
judge will be like, I'm sorry, you're his mom. But if you say this is what it did to my son, and it's documented, and his reactions and things he said, that's way more weighty
Yeah.
Yeah.
on his issues. So
So I figure I'll make sure I get it all typed up and everything tonight, sent off tonight, because I sent some calls, I left some messages, and messages that I knew probably won't get heard until tomorrow. But in the moment, I'm like, I don't know what else to do to document this.
yeah.
Like, I made sure I left a voicemail, and making sure I'm screenshotting the calls to say, I've done this. This is
Yeah.
what I did.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I feel so bad. One of my friends had messaged me, was like, so how did it go? And I was just like, an hour before I got back to them, and it was like, I was angry voice clips. I'm like, you've never heard me angry before. And on a level of like 1 to like so angry I'm verbally shutting down, this is about a 5. So like, I'm like, I'm not, I know I'm not that angry, but I'm definitely triggered. I am definitely triggered.
Oh, yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
it's disrespectful. I mean, honestly, it's just disrespectful to not inform you. It's disrespectful of your time, but you know, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't show positive co-parenting on his end at all.
Yeah.
Isn't this
But
the
more,
first time too?
Yeah,
This is
it's the first
time.
visit. It's
yeah.
the first visit, and he has anxiety about it. Like, that's not acceptable.
Right.
And that's what I was
Right.
going to say. More importantly, it caused anxiety now around this, and that could be a continuing issue for a while. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's not. You know, it's awful, but you know, maybe another way is, well, you know what? He just kind of started digging his own grave.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
you know,
it's not even him. It was a transport service, because we're not, like, he's still not allowed to be in my proximity. So it's a
That's right.
transport service, and the disconnect had to have been somewhere between when I was told he was getting picked up and whomever is speaking to each other about the transport. So, you know, it's not on his end, unless it is, you know, maybe it is. Maybe he delayed it. Who knows? But I wasn't
You've
informed.
got to,
yeah,
when you think about it, these services, these people who, especially child transport services, how would they run if not perfectly on time because of all
yeah,
the
that's a good
things,
point.
you know, like.
Yeah,
So you kind of got to wonder. They're dealing with children, so in most cases, people who are dealing with children don't just you know, change times and stuff, because they know that these situations are
Stress.
already stressful enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to wonder.
Exactly.
I would go to the transport service and find out what happened there, because
That's a good point.
Yeah.
if it's not him, it's good to know it's not him. If it is, it's good to know it is.
Yeah. Well,
That's a very good
I will.
point.
I will definitely be contacting. Give me 1 second. I got to knock on the door.
Kia ora, Chris. Yeah. So it's just this whole situation. Any of these sort of situations are so stressful, because I just think
Yeah.
I don't know how I could cope, and I just think of it from my perspective. I don't know how I could cope, so I don't know.
One of the little girls just brought Rowan a picture. She didn't realize he was gone. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to message the person that I was told by the time. I'm going to email them, and I'm going to be, this is what he felt. This is what happened. This is a disconnect in this area, and it's an hour and a half difference. Hour and a half difference. That's a large amount of time for a small child.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make sure that I'm clear on it and take emotion and everything out of it. I need the emotion to go away first.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's where, journaling about it or getting angry and
Well, that's why I say if you write angry, you might get out all the points that you might not get out when you're calmer.
That's true.
So write.
That's true.
Write
So
something
that could be
angry.
your angry. Your angry could be your rough draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I always do. I always write stuff out when I'm really mad, and then by the time I'm sending it to a government minister, I've like written it out. I've gone through and changed it all and made it all a bit more
Yeah.
copacetic through other people's eyes. So yeah, it's good, and it's also good to let out your anger. It's a way of releasing everything that you feel in the moment before you can calm down, and then.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I literally walked into the office. When I came back into the house, I closed the door and I spewed all of my information on the poor worker. I'm like, you're getting it all. You're getting it all right now.
Right. Well,
I figure if it's documented in multiple areas, then it can't harm, right?
That's right.
no, because you handled it as soon as you got back,
Yeah.
and that's a positive thing. So yeah.
Exactly. And how did the moving stuff around with that person today go, Christy?
It went good. So they got most of the stuff. They've got to come back and get the weight bench, like the 2 weight benches and a few little things, but pretty much it's gone. So now I just have my disaster in the bedroom to go through. But I've already kind of sorted through my clothes. And so really it's not going to take me that long to go through my bedroom, honestly. It'll probably take me like an hour at most. And the worst part is going to be going through my makeup and my shoes. Now my shoes, well, probably not even my shoes, but my makeup, because I have a lot of money in makeup because I love makeup, so I spend money on it. And the other thing is I don't ever really want to get rid of it, because sometimes you get like these exclusive palettes and like for eyeshadow, and you never get them back. You don't get an opportunity to get them again. So then I end up carrying around some of it. And makeup is one of those things you can't just give to somebody, if you've used it. Like you can't just, give it away. So some of it I know is going to be pretty easy to get rid of and go through. Some of it I'm really going to be like, oh, what do I do? Do I keep it? Do I not?
Yeah.
So that's going to be my biggest agony right there, is just
Like a hardware store trip, like you said earlier with me, for the big tackle box.
Yeah, I was joking around with Stasia. I'm like, look, I don't know if y'all are old enough, or if you're old enough to remember those, like if Stasia specifically was. But I'm like, they used to have this thing in the 80s called caboodles. Remember those, where it had the mirror and it flipped up and then you opened it up and it had the tiers that you put your makeup in? So I was joking with her, and I'm like, I might go to the hardware store and buy a big, like legit tackle box that opens up and and put all my makeup in it.
Yes.
Um, So now I don't know that I'll do that, because see, the other thing, this is how I look at it too. The more stuff that I get rid of, then I kind of have a space to fill
More
that
space for
back up.
those shoes.
Well, yeah, or a space to go out and buy more stuff. So that's always
Or your
kind of been
favorite
my
shoes.
thing. Yeah. So it's, I'll go out and I'll buy something and I'll get rid of like 2 or 3 other things. And that way I have room for 2 or 3 more things. So Michael knows when I start going through stuff, he's like, are you going to the consignment stores? Because I never used to buy anything new on the road, because I knew I would only wear it for a season and then I would give it away. And I would donate it to like women's shelters or something like that. Like I didn't just give it to Goodwill, I always sent it somewhere. So it never made sense for me to go out and buy brand new clothes. So when I've lived here has been the only time I've really bought brand new clothes. So there's a few things that I'm going to keep, that I'm going to hang on to because they're really cute and I like them. But when he sees me getting rid of stuff, he's like, you're going shopping too. But the whole thing is I get a wardrobe every season. So I get something for spring and summer, and then I get rid of that, and then I get something for winter and fall, and then I get rid of that, and then I get more clothes. So I'm always on trend. So,
Sorry, was
There you go.
the other box Henny? Did I see that name right? We have
What?
on the top. There's Christy in the middle. Who's on the opposite side of Carol?
Henny.
That's me. I'm Henny.
Henny. Oh
Hi,
my God, I
Clam
didn't hear
Freak.
your voice. I thought I saw the name right. Oh my God.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm better now. My God.
I am so glad. I said hello before, but everybody was talking. We were all talking. Oh, it's such a pleasure to see you, sweetie.
Oh my goodness, I'm close to tears here. Wow. Hi.
Hi. I actually was able, thankfully for Carol to help me get on without my face.
Yes.
But I'm here, and I'm so glad to be here.
I love hearing your accent. Oh my God.
We're all in love with the accent.
Yes.
Big time.
Everybody was saying that. I love you all so much. Awakened, Huckleberry. Oh my goodness, all of you. It's so nice to see you. And Plan Freak, I'm so glad to make you feel better.
Thank you. I was like, did I see that name right? Oh my God.
Yes. And I am, listen, I love you. I adore you. And I know everything is going to work out. It has a way of working out, even though we don't see it at the time.
True.
Yeah.
But you're so put together,
Yes.
and you've worked so hard, and things are going to come your way for you and me, man. I know that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Especially after this evening. I quite appreciate it.
Oh, I know, honey. I know. Some days are harder than others. It really is. But I'm so glad that we're here together.
Yes.
And you've gotten my emotional buttressing, as I call it.
I love that.
I love that.
Yes, I love that too. I made that up, and I don't make up too much stuff. I like to learn a lot of stuff, but that one was mine. And I really like it.
I like it too.
Because that's what we do for each other. We do emotionally buttress one another.
Yeah.
It's a good term.
It is. I actually haven't heard the word buttress in a very long time. So now I'm just like, yes, wonderful. I have fun finding ways to, oh my God, look how empty it is.
Look how empty.
Oh my
The
goodness.
puppies are sleepy.
Oh, look at him puppies.
Well, they're not chewing on each other. That's a good thing.
Yes. I gave him melatonin. I knocked him out. Yeah, I don't have to get after him and tell him to quit acting like. I say to Mikey all the time, I'm like, she's not a chicken leg.
Yeah.
Hi, Lene. I just wanted to say, yes, I agree. Some days you're the dog, and some days you're the hydrant. So that's that. We have to balance. We have to find a balance.
Yeah.
And that's why we're all here together.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
I'm using that one too. Some days we're the dog, some days we're the hydrant.
There you go.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Debbie Doodles had wanted to know if you got to at least have a little bit of fun with Wee Man when you were waiting.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so I'll post it on the I'll post it in the Facebook group because it's a closed group. I don't mind doing that. I'll post pictures. It was tons of cuddles. We ended up watching this really cute movie on Netflix called Orion and the Dark. And I'm not a big North American animation fan. Like, it just feels all overdone to me. I'm more of like a Studio Ghibli Japanese animation fan. But this Orion in the Dark, the storyline got me, and I would suggest everybody watch it. It's adorable.
Okay.
So we ended up watching that. I've got a bunch of new colorings done with him and replaced the ones that we had on our door with some new ones.
Good.
Last night and this
Lovely.
morning, it just stole my heart. He says to me, he goes, Mom, I want cuddles. And so like I was Big Spoon and he was Little Spoon. And we did that for like 6 hours between like last night and this morning.
That's
So sweet.
Went for,
That's awesome.
and we went for a little walk. I said, you want to go to the park? And he's like, it's too wet. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're not going to the park. But I at least got him outside for a little bit of a walk because otherwise it would have been Minecraft the whole time. And I'm like, we need little breaks here, bud.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I hate to do this, but I just realized I have not eaten at all today, and my blood sugar is kind of crashing. So I'm gonna
Go
off
eat.
of here.
Yeah. Go eat.
Henny, it was so nice to hear you, and I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
And I love you all, and
Love
I
you
should
too.
I should hopefully be back to tomorrow. In time for the life. So you guys have a good night, and I
You
will
too.
talk to you soon. Thank you.
Right on.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Christy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to eat myself here soon because the workers upstairs were just like, yeah, you have been going all day and not really stopped. So now you need to try and do something for you. But I needed meeting before I could do that, and I needed meeting before I could like calm down enough for my stomach to be like, it'll accept food.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Good.
Yeah.
Good plan, freak. It was so nice to see you, honey.
Thank you, and it's amazing to hear you. Oh my God, like I can't believe I almost like cried there too. She's like, oh my God, so much emotion right now.
Well, now that I know how to get on, I'll jump on occasionally, and you know I'll be there in support
Love
of
it.
you.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, everybody. And I'm sorry I popped in so late and so quick,
No
but I love you
problem.
all.
I'm just glad you did.
Say hello to Ron for me next time you talk, please. Say hello from the Minecraft lady. Yeah, I didn't get to see him.
I'll send a message right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you guys.
Love you
Love you,
too.
bye.
Love you too.
I hope Stacia got to see this comment. My daughter would love you. She loves anime. She even learned to speak Japanese. Wow. Well, what do you guys think? Have we had a meeting? We just kind of brushed on the whole forgiveness thing, but I think some great things were brought forth. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that we all brought a lot of interesting and things to think about and ways to cope. I think so, Carol.
Yep. Yes. And what you can live with as well. Like, you know,
Right.
Like, I personally am happy to walk around as a little hate machine. But there are some people out there who just don't want to be that way. And that's fine too. You know, you can forgive and all that sort of stuff as much as you want, as long as it's good for you. Because I forgave my ex and it was a dangerous situation. I think I've spoken about this. The church told me to. Actually, I was watching something the other day and there was another cult that said the same thing. It was I think it might have been Mormon or something like that, but you had to forgive your abuser. So otherwise you're going to hell too. So I'm like, oh, wow. So,
Whoa.
you know.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
gotta
think
love
anyone-
that. No,
Yeah.
Don't,
Yeah.
I can't. I can't.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like.
No, I mean, if I get started, it's, not good.
So what I'm saying is, you know, do whatever you want. You do whatever feels good for yourself. For me, I need to hold on a bit of that anger.
Right on.
So,
You're so funny. Listen, coping is as different as the individual.
That's true.
And we all need a belt, a tool belt
Yeah.
with many different coping skills to help
Yeah.
us.
Well,
I really believe that. Yeah.
you know,
Carol, I wanted to ask you a question quickly. You said it was your anniversary. What is your husband's name?
Steve,
Steve. You and Steve's anniversary is coming up.
tomorrow.
tomorrow, isn't it?
Tomorrow. Happy anniversary.
you.
I was going to ask you, how long have you been together?
13 years.
Oh,
We've been together since October, November-ish of 2010, and we were married in February of 2011.
oh, very nice.
He proposed to me on New Year's Eve. Well, if you call
Good
it
day.
a proposal, we were having a fight, or I was having a meltdown, more like.
You know, he really loves you then.
Yeah, and it was during my little meltdown that he kind of snuck in there. Do you want to get married?
Uh-huh.
And I went, huh? What? And I just
Did it
I
stop
did.
the
Well,
fight?
happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Did it stop your meltdown?
Huh?
Did it stop your meltdown? Did it
I
shock
think
you out
it
of it?
did. Yeah, I think it totally stopped it dead in its tracks.
Affected. He's going to have to do something really big if you have another meltdown.
You know, it was a really big deal letting someone into that part of my space. You know,
I bet.
I had been celibate
really
for
good.
like 16 years. And there was a reason, not just trying to be a good little Christian. I knew it was going to be traumatic letting somebody into that part of my vulnerable personal space.
Intimate space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he handled it like a champ. He really did. He wasn't even phased. Most guys would have been freaked out by my freaking out, and he just
He
rolled
doesn't
with
seem
it.
like Steve doesn't seem like he's phased by much.
No, he doesn't.
He is, but he has a very unique way of handling it. It's kind of like supernova, the whole galaxy, not just the world,
Oh.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, he'll very methodically describe it rather than do it. It's fun. It's actually kind of fun.
Well, describing it is like on the path to doing it.
Hey Steve, tell him about the recruiter. Steve Sherman. Oh well, never mind. They stopped coming for him to recruit him when he talked about how wouldn't it be great if we just kind of blew everything up with a neutrino bomb or something like that, and that would just stop all the wars. Wouldn't that be great? And they were like, no, it really wouldn't be great. And that was the last that he heard from the recruiters for the military.
Well, army recruiters.
I was telling him, I did a piss poor job of telling him about the army recruiters.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. You did good enough.
Well,
I hope you have a wonderful time tomorrow.
thank you. Karen
And you
is going to
celebrate.
be taking over doing the meeting tomorrow, and
Okay.
I may pop in and pop out just depending on what we have going, and so yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be here.
Debbie Doodles wants to hear you pronounce her name.
Debbie Doodles. Come here, Debbie Doodles. Let me give you a hug, Debbie Doodles.
Love that.
Sounds even better than when I say it.
Let me hear you say it.
Oh, Debbie Doodles.
Oh, I like the way you say it.
Yeah, it's so much fun to say. I've
It is
got
fun to
echo
say.
later. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anything that looks fun to say or is fun to say, I'll repeat it. So
Is that for real, Kenneth? Without insurance, $1 million. Oh my God.
Oh,
Do-
wow.
Talk to a social worker and see if they can help you out with that. My sister-in-law was going to have a huge bill, and there was a social worker that helped her get on Medicaid and actually helped her get on her Medicare that she should have been already on. And Lordy, I hope
See,
that's
that's just not possible in Australia.
right on. I wish it weren't possible here because that's criminal.
I know. It's like for me, like
Oh,
I
okay.
thought
You have
that,
insurance. Without insurance, it would be okay.
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 Yeah, but it's like to have a baby, it was like $100,000 or something like that to do all the stuff that I would have had to have done. And I was just thinking, what?
Wow.
You're lucky you exist, kid. You wouldn't if I lived in America. Yeah.
Lord
Well,
Kisford says you sound like Leah Remini a little bit. It's the accent, not necessarily. Yeah.
it's the Bensonhurst because Leah came from Bensonhurst too.
Okay.
I'm a little older than Leah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that comes from Bensonhurst. Zena,
Right on.
New York loves you back.
Right on.
Well, I have to go pretty soon. So
What's
It was
that?
great being on today. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you for
Carol.
coming on, Henny. Thank you. I'm so excited.
Thank you for having me, really. I appreciate it, and I liked it. I really did.
I liked it too. A lot.
Uh,
Do it
and
again.
you're doing the dishes, aren't you?
yes, I am.
Yeah. It reminds me of when my mum would be doing the dishes when I was doing homework or something.
Wow.
So it's
Yeah,
in the
I'm
background.
doing dishes.
Yeah.
I don't have a computer. I'm using my phone. I'm actually getting a little bit okay with it.
Right on.
Trying very hard.
Are you mostly a computer person?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Carol.
Okay.
I'm lucky I can answer the phone.
Okay.
You know, we
I
had
am a
to.
computer person. I still can't answer the phone. I'm like,
Yeah, no, I don't have a computer. I don't know how to use it. So I
Okay.
just use my phone. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I'm tracking with you now.
yeah.
Lots of love to you guys too. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I really feel better. I really do. I didn't think that
I
was
feel
possible
better
in
too.
February, but thank you guys.
Thank you.
thank you.
So what do you think? Have we
Well,
had a meeting? Think it's been a meeting?
Yeah.
it's been a good meeting.
It has been a good meeting. And hopefully tomorrow, like I said, I may pop in and pop out. But I think we've got something figured out so that the meeting will go on and I'll get to have an anniversary day with my husband.
Oh, good for
No,
you, and good for us too.
Right
So,
on.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to bid everyone a good night. I'm looking forward to
night.
seeing you tomorrow. Carol, have a
Yeah.
great time. You
You
deserve
too.
it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And I love you guys very much.
Love you too, Henny.
love you too,
Okay.
honey.
Good night,
Ahoy,
guys.
ahoy.
Good night. Wow.
All right. Well, I'm going to head off too because I'm not
Okay.
feeling very well. So I'm going
Okay.
to lay down. So, love to see you guys.
Hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah. And have a great day tomorrow if I'm
Thank
not on or
you.
anything like that.
Thank you so much.
And to Steve.
Right
Okay.
on.
Bye.
You guys are awesome. Seriously awesome. I love you guys. Thank you. Hey, good night, Seventh Son. Thank you so much for being here. And this was a great thing to talk about. And almost like I hope we make another meeting of it because I think it's, I love all the different perspectives that everybody brought. Every one of them great. Every one of them valid, and yeah, good stuff. Well, I was so happy to hear you, Henny. Thank you guys for making this meeting what so great like it is and making this a great community that it is. It is. And I love you guys so much and hope to see you again next meeting. And like I said, maybe I'll be able to pop in and out a little bit here and there. And until the next time, peace, y'all.